Alright, welcome back to the Spektrum setup series. Today we're going to be figuring out how to set up flaps. So, as you can see, I've got mine already set up, but to go into the flap menu, you will click on the scroll wheel until it pulls up the menu. Then you'll scroll down, and here you will find flap. So flap system is here, but to actually have that show up on your function list, before you even do that and before you even turn on your plane, you have to do something else. So let me show you. Alright, so before you actually have flaps show up on your function list, like they do here, make sure your plane's unplugged first, of course, but go down to your system setup. It'll ask you, do you want to disable the radio frequency? You will click yes. You'll go down to aircraft type. You'll see mine set up for one aileron and one flap. Tail is normal. What does that mean? So one aileron means that the ailerons are controlled by one single channel, and that the flaps are controlled by one channel. The tail means that it is normal. So it's got a elevator and it's got a rudder. So most of them will start off like this, normal and normal. So if you're ever wondering why are flaps not working? This is why. So you click on wing, you'll go over one, dual ailerons, you've got flaperons, you've got one aileron, one flap, one aileron, two flaps, two aileron, one flap, so on and so forth. And as you can see, there's just different wing types. Now these are made for different kinds of planes, or depending on what you're doing. Now for this one, if you've just got the aileron plugged into one channel and then the flap plugged into one channel, you'll do one aileron and one flap. So we'll click, and we'll go to next, and it'll show your aircraft options for things. None of this is going to be really necessary at just the moment, but when it does, we'll get to that. So now that you're done setting that up, you'll click main screen. Mine does fuss at me when I do have the gyro off to start, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that back off now. But now that you're ready and set up, that's how you get flaps to show up in your function menu. From there, you'll want to look into pulling up the flap system and assigning it to a switch. Your first thing that I would want to do is assign it to a switch. So you'll scroll down to where it says switch. You'll make sure you assign that to a switch that you want to use, whether that be switch B, switch D, or any switch that you want to use here. You can even put it on the knob and have it where you can set a specific amount of flaps. But for me personally, I'm pretty simple, so we just got it on a 3-position switch. So here is how much the flaps are adjusted to. So flaps all the way up for me is -100 on this aircraft. Takeoff flaps are -35%, and landing flaps are 40%. And that is a positive 40%. So you do notice it goes both negative and positive, so you do have a lot of range. You'll have to adjust to your aircraft or depending on what you're doing, but that's how you get to this, and that's how you look at that menu. To adjust the numbers, of course, you click on it till it highlights it, and you scroll the direction you need to. So now the side that says elevator, or stands for elevator, is how much elevator input is added when the flaps are dropped. So if flaps come down, elevator goes up a little bit, or goes down a little bit. It's good for things like jets, or in this case, a bush plane. So for when the flaps come down, I've got the elevator to come up just a little bit at 15%, and then I've got at takeoff flaps for it to come up 25%, which is really not a lot in the terms of this bush plane, but it helps it allow it to fly level with the flaps dropped, or at least as level as it can. Now the speed down here is how quickly those flaps will come down. Now my F-22 has it set to 3 seconds, so it takes 3 seconds for those flaps to fully deploy. Whereas the bush plane, it takes 1.4 seconds. Alright, let's see here. I do believe that is everything regarding the flap system. And if you need to reverse the flaps, you can obviously go to your servo setup, go to reverse, and then you have a flap channel. So that's all you have to do to reverse it, but that's it. So that's how you set up flaps on pretty much most aircraft using a Spektrum radio and receiver. All right. Thank you for checking it out. This has been Sgt Ghost with the Spektrum Setup Series. And y'all take it easy now.